Bryan Levell lowers his personal best in the men's 200 meters to 19.69 to win in meet record time at the Gyulai Memorial 2025. Is he now a threat in the men's 200 meters to podium? Race highlights included. Welcome back to the channel, people. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, thank you for making it Peter Lloyd World. Go ahead, please hit the subscribe button to continue to grow. When you do that, hit the notification bell so you know when the next video drops. Drop a video. Each one Peter Lloyd World. Also, enjoy the content. Please hit that like button and finally leave your thoughts. Are you ready? Yep, good to go. Well, Jamaicans were on fire at today's Gyulai Memorial 2025, which took place in Hungary. Several Jamaicans managed to not only win, but others, in fact, took second and or third in major events. This was a very good showing for Jamaicans, and I think, they should be very, very proud of this. First up, let's look at the men's 110 meters hurdles. Well, he did not make the men's team for Jamaica for this year's Worlds in Tokyo 2025, but Hansa Parchment continues to improve in form, taking second place at the men's 110 meters hurdles. Also competing is this year's 2025 Jamaican national champion in this event. We're talking about none other than Orlando Bennett. The winner of the men's 110 meters hurdles was Cordell Tinch of the United States, who ran 13.20 to take first, with Jamaica's Hansa Parchment coming second with a time of 13.24, with Eric Edwards of the United States taking third, running 13.26. Orlando Bennett took fifth, running 13.32 seconds.
Well, good start there from Crittenden in the red. He's got some work to do here. Parchment also going well, third from right in the purple. Going well on the near side too is Eric Edwards. But this is a battle now. He's beginning to come through. Cordell Tinch left it late in the second half.
Tajay Gale and Kerry McLeod were the two Jamaicans who participated in the men's long jump. In the end, however, it was Simon Batts of Germany who won this event with a jump of 8.07 meters. Ted Togolu of Greece took second with a jump of 8.05 meters. The Jamaicans, Kerry McLeod, came fifth with a jump of 7.96 meters, and Tajay Gale took seventh with a jump of 7.86 meters. Here are the highlights.
It caused him to not make that start line. That's around about.
Let's now take a look at the national champion, Kerry McLeod.
No jump in round three. Good speed.
Jamaica's Achilles Smith seems to be finding form in the women's long jump as she took second in this event. The event was won by Claire Bryant of the United States, who jumped 6.71 to take the win, with Achilles Smith jumping 6.67 to take second place. Here is her jump highlight. Raymond Richards reps for the island of Jamaica in the men's high jump and came seventh with a jump of 2.18 meters. Naoto Hashagawa of Japan won this one with a jump of 2.27 meters, with Shelby McEwen of the United States taking second in 2.24 meters.
Introducing Peter Lloyd World merchandise, where style meets comfort. From trendy tees to cozy hoodies, we've got something for everyone. Elevate your wardrobe with our high-quality, fashionable designs that make a statement. Whether you're hitting the streets or chilling at home, Peter Lloyd World has you covered. Shop now and upgrade your look with Peter Lloyd World merchandise. Available exclusively at Peter Lloyd World. Link in description below.
Well, there was a world record set at this year's Gyulai Memorial 2025 when once again the remarkable Swede Amanda Duplantis set a new world record. I think this is 21st world record or something like that. Anyway, this time it wasn't as spectacular, but it was still spectacular, people. He managed a pole jump of 6.29 meters.
But sometimes you just think he is superhuman. Gives it a little clatter, it stays up.
I was so short.
The men's 400 meters saw Sean Bailey and Rasheen McDonald compete. McDonald once again unfortunately missed the qualifying time. The men's 400 meters was won by Mosala Samo Konga, who ran 44.11 to take the win, with Trinidad and Tobago's Jermaine Richards coming second in 44.14. The Jamaicans, Rashid McDonald, came fifth in 45.12, with Sean Bailey of Jamaica taking eighth, running 48.38 seconds.
Striding away here with just 50 metres to go. What a finish from Caleb McRae of the United States. Is he going to get back on terms with Samu Konga? Here comes Doreen Richards as well. Richards in the closing few.
For clarity, let me just remind you that the qualifying time for the men's 400 meters at this year's Worlds 2025 is 44.85. So again, McDonald has missed this qualifying time. Two Jamaicans stepped forward in the women's 100 meters hurdles. First up was Amoy Brown, and then, of course, Jamaica's Akira Nugent. But in the end, the event was won by Nadine Visser. Visser of the Netherlands won this one in 12.43, with Aliyah Armstrong of the United States taking second in 12.59, and Christiana Clement of the USA took third in 12.74. Nugent took fourth in 12.85. Brown took fifth in 12.88 seconds.
The way smoothie, great start from Armstrong, the United States. Armstrong at the moment putting the pressure on the rest of the athletes. Clemens going well as well. Nissa looking good. The Dutch woman trying to come through the middle of the field. Akira Nugent all over the place. She clipped a hurdle there. Nadine.
The women's 100 meters certainly delivered. There were several Jamaicans involved, including Crystal Slowly, the world's greatest of all time, Shelly Ann Fraser-Price. Then, of course, Sharika Jackson, and also Jamaica's newly minted national champion in this event, Tina Clayton. But the winner was none other than Marie-Josée Talou Smith of Côte d'Ivoire. Talou Smith, that is, won in a time of 10.97, with Tina Clayton taking second in 10.99. Sharika Jackson took third in 11 seconds flat, and Shelly Ann Fraser-Price ran 11.07 seconds. So Jamaicans came second, third, and fourth in the same order that they did at the national championships. Jasha Sears, who has Jamaican connections, ran 11.07 also. She took fifth. Oh, I should also mention that Crystal Slowly came eighth with a run of 11.28 seconds.
Good start from Fraser-Price, really good start from Talou Smith as well, third from right in the orange headband. Coming through strongly now is Tina Clayton. Clayton pushing hard, but here comes Sherika Jackson, the 400 metre runner strength. Is she going to get there? No, it's Talou Smith who takes.
Now for the wins. Well, she is certainly improving and improving and improving. Ashanti Moore is definitely having the year of her career. The youngster took the win here at the World Continental Gold Meet, also known as the Gyulai Memorial. She won the women's 200 meters in emphatic form, taking on the likes of Daryl Nita. So she's definitely entered herself into the conversation. We do remember that Ashanti Moore recently lowered her 100 meter PB. She ran her first sub-11, and hence a new PB of 10.94, which is extremely impressive. And just a couple of days before that, she had ran a new personal best in the women's 200 meters. So this win is a really, really good look. The newly minted Jamaican national champion in the women's 200 meters managed a 22.31 to take the win ahead of Nigeria's Favor Ofili, who ran 22.31. Also, Nita came third. Darren Nita of Great Britain, that is, in 22.37.
Flying round the bend at the moment. It's a good bend as well for Moore of Jamaica. It's Moore of Jamaica. A filly trying to come through on the inside. Daryl Nita trying to find something, but Ashanti Moore, the Jamaican champion. Oh, does she hold on? Very, very.
Definitely Ashanti Moore is peaking at the right time. I think she'll only get better. Now, to me, this was the race of the entire event. Bryan Levell drops an astounding new personal best meet record and enters himself into the conversation, injects himself directly into the conversation as a possible medal hopeful at this year's Tokyo 2020 in the men's 200 meters. Now, we had said that His new personal best in the men's 100 meters of 9.82, if translated, would make him a danger in the men's 200 meters later this year. And of course, I had my distractors like I normally do, but again, proved to be right. Levell drops 19.69 to take the win here. As I stated previously, this is a meet record and a new personal best. Wade van Niekerk of South Africa ran 20.07 to take second, with Benjamin Richards of South Africa running 20.30 to take third.
Well, moment, good bend too by Van Niekerk in 5, going strongly as Matsoso in lane 3. But look at this run from Bryan Levell of Jamaica, steaming away with this one. Watch the clock.
With this run and new personal best, Bryan Levell is now the third fastest man in the world this year for 2025 over 200 meters. The only man ahead of him at number 1 with a run of 19.63 is Noah Lyles of the United States. Second, 19.67, Kenny Benerick of the United States. And of course, in third, Jamaica's Bryan Levell with that run of 19.69. This is the first time in years a Jamaican has been in this position. And I should also tell you that this is the third fastest 200 meter ever ran by any Jamaican male. As anticipated, Kishane Thompson won the men's 100 meters fairly easily after a kind of strange start. He just didn't look his usual self, but his raw power and speed, he was able to dominate the entire field quite easily to run and win in a time of 9.95. Kishane Thompson won the men's 100 meters with a time of 9.95 seconds, with Abdul Rashid Saminu of Ghana running 10.01 to take second, with Akana Simbini of South Africa taking third in 10.01. Also, Akeem Blake ran 10.04 to take fourth, with Jamaica's Cajun Gosu taking sixth in 10.08, and in seventh, representing Jamaica was Rohan Watson, who ran 10.12 to take that seventh position.
Oh, there was a bit of a twitch in the blocks there from Kishane Thompson, but he seems to have got away from it. Fast start on the far side from Ronnie Baker, but Kishane Thompson of Jamaica coming through. Strong finish from Sambini, but not strong enough.
Now, this, of course, is my 2 cents. Look, people, I am not dismissing the fact that Kishane Thompson won that one in 9.95. Like I said, to me, the beginning of the race was kind of weird. It didn't look as if he was all out, but his sheer power just pulled him through the field. He sort of decimated the field quite easily in the end and won by a clear meter. 9.95 may not be the time that people are expecting 9.75, but the truth is, I really don't want him around no 9.75 at this point. It's fine by me. He's been winning consistently, and his times are still very solid times. And to be honest, today at the Gyulai Memorial 2025, the times are kind of all over the place. It was kind of very strange. But Kishane Thompson did what one anticipated him to do. I would have been rather disappointed had he not won. And winning by a clear meter, powering through a field of solid competitors. Akeem Blake is no joke. Akana Simbini is no joke. He looks really, really good. But you can tell by the excitement in my voice, right, who I'm excited about. Bryan Levell. Now, in my last video about Bryan Levell, I said with his 9.82 new personal best in the men's 100 meters, he's definitely going to be a factor if they manage to translate that 100 meter speed in the 200 meters, which is exactly what they've done here. Now, of course, I have my distractors, my friend them from the US who say, man, win one race and one little fast race, and you say it's a factor. Yes, people, yes, as I am often correct. Yeah, he's a factor. He's peaking at the right time. He's peaking when you're supposed to peak. He's peaking closer and closer, and he's consistently improving his time. And plus, taking on a field with pretty solid sprinters, top tier sprinters, is only going to build his self-confidence. Now, the only challenge I've had with Bryan Levell early in the year was a little inconsistent, not sure what was going on there, but he's been very, very consistent now, people. That combination of that new personal best in the men's 100 meters of 9.82, which still makes him in the top 4 fastest men in the world, I believe, this year in that distance, the men's 100 meters, and now third fastest man this year in the men's 200 meters that time of 19.69, which I think, and this is just from memory now, but I'm almost certain I'm correct. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think this makes him this is the third fastest 200 meter ever ran by a Jamaican. So I'm excited, and let's be honest. When was the last time any Jamaican's name was even mentioned in the 200 meters? Like when was the last time anybody even thought a Jamaican was significant in the 200 meters? Levell has now entered the fray. He has said, "Me there, and I'm a factor." And the manner in which he executes the 200 meters, which is clearly his strongest suit, which is clearly his favorite, are incredible. He really came off that bend in commanding form. His form was solid. Of course, there are little things that can be corrected, but he's looking really, really good. So I am super excited about Bryan Levell's new personal best and third fastest time ever in the men's 200 meters by a Jamaican, and now the third fastest time this year in that distance. The only people ahead of him is Noah Lyles, who ran 19.63 the other day at trials, and Kenny Benarek ran 19.67 earlier this year. So those are the top three if we look at times. And Levell is the youngest of all the three of them, and I think Bryan Levell is just going to get better people, but that's just my personal opinion. Plus, the good thing is that his coach, she has him running a lot of these meets. The mistake that was made with Kishane Thompson last year, I believe, and I think many of you agree with me at this point, was lack of experience. Levell is running and running and running and running. He's running a lot of races, so that should assist. Now, the other person I'm very, very excited about is Ashanti Moore. Moore, again, has entered the women's 200 meters, and he's making a statement, all right? 22.31, I'm speaking from memory, so if that's not what she ran, just remind me. Is solid. She took down a very solid field, and her confidence is going to get better. Now, remember I said to you, at this level, in my personal opinion, most of these athletes, meaning the top 10 in any event, tend to be very, very close. And the difference is normally health, mental acuity, as well as self-confidence. Ashanti Moore has improved her 100 meter to an astounding 10.94, our first sub-11 ever. And she has ran a new personal best, I think, of 22 point, hold on there. Okay. I just realized what I was saying. She now has a new personal best of 22.31, which she executed today. If that was a winning time, that's a new personal best. Let me double check again. Yes, so Ashanti Moore has done it again. She has lowered her personal best in women's 200 meters once again about a week after she did it previously at this meet. So this is also a personal best, people, 22.31. So she is slowly but surely entering the conversation. Now we have to remember that not many women have ran sub 22 thus far this year. So this 22.31 means she's heading in the right direction, and she is becoming a factor. Not since Shericka Jackson, because let's be honest, Shericka Jackson is really the only 200 meter female runner we have talked about in literally decades almost. And Jackson has been dominant, but we know she's recovering from injury. She still is not yet at her best. She seems to be going in the right direction, however. But this is a really good look for Ashanti Moore, and I'm really, really encouraged by this. She was struggling early in the season to make the qualifying time, and now she's made the qualifying time, and that's just improving over both 100 and 200 meters. She, again, is peaking at the right time. What I see happening with Bryan Levell and Ashanti Moore reminds me of what happened with the 200 meter champion from the previous World Championships, the 2023 World Champion, which of course is Antonio Watson. Watson again was just getting better and better, faster and faster, setting new personal bests. And these two are just heading in the right direction. They are very young people, and we need to remember that. So I'm excited about the fact that we now have two Jamaicans in the women's. We have Ashanti Moore outside of the great Shericka Jackson, who's entered the fray. She's in that top 10, top 15 in women's 200 meters, and outside of Shericka Jackson, we have not had anybody like that for years. And Bryan Levell has truly leveled up. Lord, I must be tired for you that one day. But the fact of the matter is, people, a new personal best in the men's 200 meters of 19.69. is a serious statement. And I think he's just going to get faster, as will Ashanti Moore. Both Moore and Levell have continuously improved their PBs in both 100 and 200 meters throughout the season. This is a huge deal. Now, we'll talk about some of the other athletes in another video, but we are going good. But this, of course, is my 2 cents. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Are you as impressed with Levell and Ashanti Moore as I am? And are you as excited about Levell's new personal best in the men's 200 meters of 19.69 and Ashanti Moore's new personal best of 22.31, both in the 200 meters? People who have not really been in that conversation, particularly on the men's sides, for since about 17 or something like that. Now, don't forget to support the channel. Check out our merch store at printify.com. I'll leave a link in the description below. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button, the notification bell, and hit the like button. Remember, you are royals, kings and queens. Bless up.